Hello, my fellow activists. This is The Revolution. Yes, the show where we finally take a look at some games. I know, very strange title for one show that sounds a little bit more than it should be, but I'm not here just to show you games, I'm here to show you how to cheat the game, also how to find little tricks, hints and tricks to get around certain things, and also, just generally me faffing about. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this. If you like how this is going to go, then please do check out my other videos. Now, with all that out of the way, let's get in. The first game I'm going to play today is, of course, The Sims 3. If you didn't know that already, which you should do because it's in the title of the video, that is what we are going to play. Now, it's not just The Sims 3, because I've also got a few expansion packs. Sorry, I couldn't remember the word there. Expansion packs. I have Sims 3 Late Nights, University Life, and I believe, I don't think at this point in time I have Sims 3 Pets, but I'm currently, it's on its way, and that will be another additional that will be joining the video soon. So in the meantime, I have this penthouse I built here for you. Basically, I actually built this high-rise myself, subway station down the corner there. Basically, when I first installed Late Night, I heard about the high rises, and I wanted to build something of my own. So I went in, like you do, jumped into building, and that's when I realised, you can't build high rises. So I had to, like everyone does, we jump onto the internet, and I found some cheat codes and a few other things, which I'll be getting into very shortly. Now, the first thing I did, of course, I put down this lobby here, and as we move into the lobby, you'll notice it's very brightly coloured. I've done like a checkered plate on the floor there, using the corner tools for the wall pieces. If you don't know how to do that, press Control F, and then you just draw in triangle pieces instead. You can make patterns similar to this for yourselves there. Now, we've got this rug here on the main entrance area, near the lift. Now, this has actually been, I designed this myself. I think this is the chandelier rug, if I remember correctly. Now, if you don't know how to change these things, because to be fair, it took me quite a while to find this out as well. Basically, you go into buy mode, and where the hand tool is next to that is a palette. If you click that tool and then click on the item, you can then change the colours as if you were in the sim creator and editing the clothes in there. So you can basically do that. You can create your own designs there as well, which is how I do most of the colour changes. Now, moving on to the sofas here in the corners. Again, these are only with Late Nights, I believe. None of this stuff is downloaded from the Sims 3 Exchange, just to make you aware there. All of this is stock, which I've used in here just from my expansion packs. Okay, now these sofas here basically once again went in with the art style and made it look like a lot smoother, a lot neater. I like how the colours complement the walls, the very basic neutral tones there, makes it look like it's good. And then you break up the eye and you draw the eye towards the elevator using that red rug there. I thought that was a nice touch. Now, as we move up into the actual penthouse itself, we come out of the elevator first of all, and we notice we've got this little landing area. Basically, used the same tools to make this area, made it a little bit more diagonal. Got some lights there only included with Late Night. Put around the sides there to light this room up. Very neutral tones, very nice, if I do say so myself. Now, as we move through the front door into this penthouse, and we come into this amazing, just like open plan space floor here. Red carpets, basic flooring, basic walling once again there. I do apologise. White walls, the red carpets. Just trying to keep it simple, yet make it look modern and elegant at the same time. Now, over on the left here, we have a raised platform here. This is from the build tools. If you go into foundations, if you have the latest Sims 3 update, you can get these from the base game. And basically, you just put on a platform, and once you put the platform there, you can change the floor, you can build, you can place buy objects, you can do whatever. Bear in mind, you can't use normal foundations when you're this high up, but you can use the platforms, just to make you aware. So, the counters here I've used, these are the Duke counters, again only available with Late Night. Now, these are the islands here, they're facing them on the outside, and on the back wall here we have just basic counters. Now, the fridge in the corner, of course, That is only included with late night. It's a very nice fridge. I do like it, if I do say so myself. The oven, once again, is the same story. Now, moving on, we have the dining area just here, just outside the platform, on the lower section there. Sort of break the room up without actually using any walls. I thought it was a nice touch. Now, we just got basic tables here, basic chairs. Now, I do believe that I have used some late night stuff here, but I'm not too sure. Don't quote me on that. I couldn't tell you. Now, as we move into the corners here, you'll notice I've got two of these staircases with half walls and mounted with the glass. Now, the half walls do come with a base game, so I'm not going into too much detail with those, but these spiral staircases, if I remember correctly, they are only included with late night. I may be wrong. If I am wrong, then I do apologise about that, but if they are in the base game, that's what I used. If they're on late night, that's where I've got them from. You know where to find them. Now, as we move into the opposite side of the room here, we come into the lounge area. Now, we pass this Virtuoso Grand Piano with this white grand piano as we come through. Again, only included with late night. Now, I know this is in the basic areas you walk through, but I wanted to start from the left and move across the room. That's why I've left this till now. So I've got the piano here in the middle, just a bit of a focal point as you come into the penthouse here. And now we move over to the right, and you'll notice we have the main sitting area over here. We've got some sofas, we've got a few other bits laid down here. Once again, if anything looks like it's not included in it, it's because I've changed the art style, and more often than not, I do that because I prefer to have my own styles, and it's just like the way it looks. Now, we've got the bookcase on the corner here. Now, this on the wall here down the corner, this is the laundry chute. Now, this is not something you can normally buy. I had to use a cheat code to get this. As with the outside of the actual high-rise building itself, you can't buy these normally. The subway station, the planters outside, and also the street lamps, the street bins, the mailbox, which I have down in the lobby, and also the ringing receiver, are not included in the buy mode. You have to use a cheat, which I'll be getting into shortly. Now, as we carry on moving through here, we have the study in the corner, we have one of the jam guitars. Again, this is only included in the debug. You can't buy this as standard. I believe you unlock it through doing normal celebrity, but I wasn't bothered about that. We're not here to play legitimately, we're here to cheat. This is, of course, the revolution. We're starting a revolution here. Now, obviously, as we move through, you'll notice I've got the basic desk there, we've got the computer, very simple, with the bookcases, and just very simple like that. Now, moving on to the upper floor and the overrise landing here. Now, again, I was going with the open plan, so there's no walls. There's just this landing here, and then you look out and you can see down into that great space down below. Makes it really open, and I really do like this floor. If I must say so myself, I really do like how it's been made, and I do credit myself quite well for this. Now, obviously, you may not like this. If you don't like this, fair enough, but I like how this works, and I've used inspiration from Curtis Parody. If any of you have ever watched his shows, then obviously his building shows particularly, then you'll notice a couple of influences from there in terms of my building style. Now, obviously, we've got two major rooms off to the left and to the right, respectively. The central room is just an elevator shaft. It's got nothing to do with anything there. There's nothing behind that wall. Now, as we move into the master bedroom, that's the room on the left hand side, and you'll notice I've gone for a more deeply coloured room here. This is all mainly red. Got the fireplace in the corner there, built in its own separate walls. Now, again, I have used a cheat to remove the chimneys there, because I hate how the chimneys look. They really ruin the effect of a fireplace, and with the high-rise building poking out the top, it does not look nice, so I have removed them using a cheat. Again, I will get into the cheats that I have used once we finish this walk around. Now, I've got the bed here, of course, and a few other bits and pieces. Basically, it's just a bedroom. You guys know what to expect here. I was basically showing it more for the design purposes. Now, as we move across to the other side of the room, the other side of the penthouse, to the room on the right-hand side of the upper floor, we move into the bathroom. Now, obviously, you can notice here we've just got a very open plan. I know it's not, the space hasn't been utilised as well as I would have liked. It's very open, but I do kind of like that open feel. Again, it works quite well. Now, obviously, we've got the usual amenities. The only thing to mention, I believe, is the sink and the mirror, if I remember correctly. Those two are only available with late night. In terms of the bathtub, I'm actually recording this in post-commentary, if I'm perfectly honest, so I'm not sure whether I used a late night only or whether I used one from the base game. If I did use one from late night only, then that's why you can't find it. If I didn't, then you can use that one. I believe I used the bath and shower combination. Again, don't quote me on that. Okay, so that's our walkthrough. Now moving on to the actual cheat codes I used to make this. Now, as we come back to the outside of the building and we have a look around, now the first thing you'll notice is I've got the high-rise cover, and you'll ask me, well, how did you do that? Well, of course, you know, there's plenty of cheats out there, but you need at least the 4 cheats I use for building are testing cheats enabled space true. Now, obviously, a lot of people know this cheat. Been around since The Sims 2. Basically, lets you hack the game. Basically, lets you use commands if you hold the shift key down on certain objects to basically mess around and do things that the developers didn't normally want you to be doing. Now, once you have that cheat on, you can then input a few others. Now, the next one I use is by debug. That's one word, space on, and basically that gives you access to all of these extra bits and pieces that I've had around that I mentioned that you can't normally buy. That includes the high-rise building, the Metropolitan building, which is surrounding the actual penthouse itself. That includes the subway station I have outside, the planters in the front, the 2 dustbins, the receiver and the mailbox. Also the street lamps, I believe. The street lamps don't actually work, but I added them in just for looks there. I do think they look quite well. Now, obviously, the guitar is also available in there, and there's also a few orbs as well. You'll notice them as you're going through, some orbs. Now, the rooms behind, you know, the empty space behind, you know, I haven't used that space, but that's just personal preference because I wanted to make this fairly open plan, keep it small yet simple. But if you wanted to, you could actually utilise that space behind there. You can build in that space. I've just not used it. Basically, all I've done is I've filled the floor in, black carpet, stuck in one of these hidden room orbs, and basically that hides the room so it can't be seen when you're inside the penthouse itself as easily. Now, again, I've done that for any other gaps. So the elevator shaft there and the spaces behind that room there, same story again, using that tool there. The jam guitar I mentioned, that's from the by debug, a couple of other bits and pieces as well. Basically anything that you don't recognise from your normal buying, if it's not included with Late Night, has come from the by debug menu. It's a great tool. I do recommend giving it at least a look. If you don't like cheating, then fine, don't use it, but I do believe it's worth a look. Okay. Now, the other one I use is move objects space on, and basically that lets you place objects down anywhere you want. You can cut into other objects, you can hang them out of the wall, which is how I managed to do the planters there on the outside and have the street lamps actually in the planters, because you can't normally do that. And also, obviously, that also allowed me to place down things on slight angles and other bits and pieces along those lines there as well. So that's everything for today. Thank you very much for watching. Hopefully this was helpful to yourself, and if you wish to see more videos from the Revolution, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and I'll see you all very, very soon. Goodbye.